15 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go. Mr. Chairman, sir, may I have the opportunity to participate in this debate? This is a private member's bill, and I want to congratulate the mover of this bill for having brought this bill. A very important subject has been raised that right to work should be made a fundamental right. Right to work is the birthright of everybody, however poor or however rich, whether a man or a woman. We have right to property as a fundamental right in our country, but it is really sad that right to work, which provides right to live, should not be made a fundamental right and should only be a directive principle. Why has this happened? Why could it not be made a fundamental right till now? It is known that once it becomes a fundamental right, it becomes justiciable. That means that a person can go to the High Court or Supreme Court and say that it is his fundamental right and he must get a job. But as the government was not sure that it would be able to provide employment to every citizen, it did not do so, because a fundamental right cannot be made only for a particular age group. It is for all citizens, and every unemployed citizen can come to the court and claim his right for a job to be given to him. That was the real apprehension, reluctance on the part of the government. But this helps us to raise a larger economic issue of how we can create conditions in our country where every work-worthy person would have a job. It is this subject which is being debated, and this is what should be debated as the most important subject in the parliament and in the country today. Unfortunately, I find very few people taking interest in this today. If we just introspect and sit a little coolly and consider how much energy is being wasted on trying to win debating points, trying to be sensational, trying to have mere superficial debate in this country, we will find that we are doing that too much. But the real issue is how to provide employment to every young man of this country, because after all, what is socialism? When we say that we have pledged ourselves in the preamble that we will establish a democratic, socialist, secular, sovereign republic, what does it mean? In view of the recommendations made by the Backward Classes Commission, the Government of India examined the matter in consultation with the state governments concerned. This is exactly what we have decided and what has been incorporated in the present bill. As a result, it has been decided that In the case of Rajasthan, the area restriction should be removed altogether because in Rajasthan, this population has been spread over a very large area. It was found that they were entitled to this measure of protection, and therefore this area restriction has not been kept up in respect of Rajasthan at all. In the case of the other two states, namely Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh, the tribes residing in tehsils where there is concentration of 20% or more of tribal population should be specified as scheduled tribes. This is point number 2 so far as the salient recommendations of the Backward Classes Commission were concerned. Then, sir, the third point was regarding the actual omissions or actual additions. There were a number of communities. In respect of this, there are certain difficulties also which I shall be pointing out very soon. Now, sir, I know that this plan has just started and it is perhaps too early for us to say anything about it, but we have before us the experience of the 9 5-year plans. Sir, we had been told that due importance would be attached not merely in words but by practical steps to the public sector. I think in this connection, it was the duty of the Honorable Minister to have explained to this House as to the steps that had been taken with a view to bringing about the kind of reorientation in favor of the public sector which was promised in his numerous statements, but I find that that is completely missing from his speech except that a pious wish has been expressed with regard to this particular sector of our industry. Previously, we had under the purview of this act about 42 industries. Now, the list has lengthened and a number of industries will be added. I concede that when we are having a planned economy, when we are thinking in terms of rapid development of industries, of rapid industrialization, it is necessary for the government to come into the picture more and more and assume the necessary control and direction of industries.